bright today. Joy coming my way. In my right mind, gonna praise all the time.
Good evening and welcome to another A Brighter Day podcast. This evening, I'd like to talk to you and share some things with you about parenting. Now, I shared with you earlier that we had some challenges as children. And unfortunately, those challenges at times manifest as adults. And so when I became a father, I desired for our children to be better than I was. Okay? And so I was a disciplinarian because I knew what I had gotten into. Some of you all know what I'm talking about. I knew what I had gotten into, and so it was my desire that my children would be better than I was. And so I was a strict disciplinarian. But ladies and gentlemen, what I left out were hugs and I love yous. And you know, it's true that children and teenagers can frustrate you. But a friend of mine said just recently, he said, the frustration that we have with our children mimics God's frustration with us. And I really had to admit that. All of the times when God tried to steer me one way, or if you're a believer of a different faith, you knew that people had come to you and said, hey, why don't you do this? And you disregarded quality advice. Mm-hmm. And it cost you. And if I had to do it all over again, it's a funny thing about experience. A component of experience is time. And some things you cannot learn fast. It takes time. It takes mistakes. It takes maturity. And ladies and gentlemen, if I had it to do all over again, I would give more grace to my children. I would provide more hugs. There would be plenty of I love yous. Because listen, parents, children are people too. They're not just these little people and teenagers that frustrate us and at times get on our nerves. They are people. And they were created just like we were in the image of God. And so we have to be careful how we treat our children. And I'm testifying to those of you who are coming up as parents. I know you get frustrated. Take a minute, calm down, and try to think to see your children as they will be and not as they are. And prayer, of course, is vital to that. So now my grandchildren, our grandchildren, they get plenty of hugs, and I love yous. And although I did some things right as a parent, I don't mind telling you. I told you this show is about transparency, and I know some of you parents have had this same thing. Sometimes I contemplate, and I just kick myself like, man, I could have done better. And I have apologized to my children for things I didn't do well, and they've been very gracious. They said, Dad, it's okay. They knew that I was trying to do the best I could, and they were very gracious. But I want to say to you parents, don't be too proud to apologize. My children are grown. And I said, I wish I could have done better, but now, whenever I get off of the phone with them, I'd say, hey, I love you. And I got to give my one of my children credit for this, my son, because he was the one that started to say, hey, we got to say what we feel. And so kudos to him. So remember, no matter what the day holds, no matter what the challenges are that you've had to face, you can always make it a brighter day. We'll see you next time, next Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. God bless.
It's gonna be a bright day. Joy coming my way.